The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is brought to you by Clinica Sierra Vista.
Welcome back to the 17 News at Sunrise podcast, where we share your news on your schedule.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
Good morning, good morning. Happy Halloween. Thanks for waking up with us dark and early. I'm Maddie Jansen alongside Alex Fisher. Turning now to your 17 Court Watch, and a 75-year-old man accused of killing his 29-year-old ex-girlfriend now faces murder charges. Investigators say Martin Williams shot Latasha Nay Jones multiple times back in January of 2022 at a home on West Columbus Street. Williams was initially charged with attempted murder, but Jones died a year later. The coroner says her death was a result of complications from the shooting. Williams appeared in court yesterday, pleading not guilty. He's due back in court for a preliminary hearing next month.
Meantime, new court documents reveal the father of accused killer Hannah Tubbs threatened witnesses, claiming he had mafia connections and anyone who went to law enforcement would be killed. Edward Tubbs is now being charged with being an accessory to murder and 2 counts of intimidating a witness. Hannah Tubbs is accused of killing a man in the Lake Isabella area back in 2019 following an argument. The Tubbs are due back in court November 7th.
Turning to a grim discovery out of the Kern River, crews found the body of a man who went missing more than a week ago. 33-year-old Freddie Medrano of San Pedro was first reported missing in the river on October 21st near Lake Ming. Crews spent days looking for him using boats and drones, and they found his body 5 days later. The coroner will perform an autopsy to determine cause and manner of death.
A big decision could help keep the Kern River flowing as strong as it is now. A judge has ordered the city of Bakersfield to not pull out excessive water. A judge yesterday granted a preliminary injunction in a lawsuit against the city, against the city's water usage, filed by citizen water advocacy groups. This lawsuit is on environmental grounds, with advocates saying, with the river so full of water and wildlife, now is the golden time to keep the status quo. They argue the city must decide how much river water is actually needed. Except all involved parties still need to figure out how much water is enough for Bakersfield.
The issue is how is the water that is flowing going to be managed? And that really is going to be driven by negotiations not only with the city of Bakersfield, but also with the irrigation districts. It is nobody's intention to destroy your agricultural industry or anything else. Up until now, no one has been concerned about the needs of the environment. We've now got a seat at the table.
A preliminary injunction is valid until trial, though McKinnon, who represents the advocates, says neither side would benefit from a trial anytime soon.
New this morning, a man accused of pointing a gun at Macy's workers in a parking lot has been arrested. It happened outside the Valley Plaza Mall last week. Police say 19-year-old Andrew Garcia was gathering items but set them down once he appeared to notice he was being watched by store security. They followed him outside and watched him get into his car. As he drove off, police say that's when Garcia pointed a gun at workers. He was later arrested on Center Street in East Bakersfield on gun charges.
Hello, this is Tim Callahan with Clinica Sierra Vista, and we're excited to unveil the Community Health Center of the Future, our comprehensive care center. It's located right across the street from Memorial Hospital. We have every service under one roof, from family medicine, OBGYN care, dental services for adults and children, behavioral health, and much more. So find your way to better care at Clinica Sierra Vista this year at our comprehensive care center. Visit our website, clinicasierravista.org, for the latest on this project. We'll see you soon.
It is a week of celebrations with, of course, Halloween today. Dia de los Muertos is tomorrow. In the Mexican culture, it is a day to celebrate the lives of those who are no longer with us. 17 Cecilia Trevino has more.
It looks deadly, but it's all about life. In Mexico's tradition, every November 2nd is when our loved ones who are no longer with us come back to visit. But instead of mourning, they are welcomed with food, love, and a party. A popular gathering point is their last resting place, our cemeteries.
We do it for our loved ones that have passed. And what we do is we remember them by placing candles, pan de muertos, sweet bread, and whatever favorite food they had, or memorabilia that if you look at the memorabilia, you'll know that it's theirs.
The altar de muertos is traditionally made of 3 or 7 steps. 3 steps represent the sky, the earth, and Mictlan, the underworld in Aztec mythology. The 7 levels represent the steps souls take to rest in peace. The steps are typically covered with a black cloth and many types of food. And traditional offerings include water, candles, and salt to attract our loved one's spirit to return. The traditional path of cempasúchil, marigold flower, is to guide them to the altar. If you want to start celebrating this tradition, the doors are open.
You can do the traditional Dia de los Muertos celebration, or just a picture and a candle, something that'll remind you of them. Maybe it's a baseball because they loved going out to the baseball game, maybe a music, a song, something that will remember, their traditions.
20 miles down the road, the city of Shafter is preparing to celebrate Dia de los Muertos for the first time.
I think what really helped, really expand that was obviously Disney's Coco. That really helped, everybody really learn a little bit more about what the celebration is all about, and also, teach younger generations about this beautiful, beautiful celebration.
Not to be confused with Halloween, Dia de los Muertos comes from the pre-Hispanic indigenous rituals that honor death. In 2008, the tradition was inscribed in the representative list of the Intangible Cultural Heritage of Humanity by UNESCO. Cecilia Treviño, 17 News.
And for a list of other local Dia de los Muertos events happening around town, you can go to our website, kget.com.
Working in the spirit of the Golden Empire, this is 17 News at Sunrise.
The 17 News at Sunrise podcast is a production of KGET and Nexstar Media Group. For more on all of the headlines in today's show, head to kget.com.